Hello there. So, in this video we're going to be having a look at the tune Ashokan Farewell. This one comes from Jay Ungar. Jay Ungar, the fiddle player, composed this beautiful tune, which I think is sort of known all over the place, isn't it? People love it all around the world. It's a beautiful melody. Now we're going to be playing it in. Originally, it's played in the key of D. That's where Jay Ungar plays it. We're going to be playing it on the banjo and double C tuning, so we're going to be playing in the key of C today. If you want to play along with a fiddle player, then you'll be in double C tuning. I'll go over the notes of that in a second, and you'll want to put a capo on the second fret and tune up your fifth string to an A, and then that'll essentially put you into double D tuning, and you can play along in the key of D where the original tune is. But for now, just because we're playing on our banjos, and luckily there's no fiddlers anywhere nearby. We're just going to play in the key of C here. So let's go through the notes for double C tuning quickly. So on the first string we have a D, on the second a C, on the third is a G, on the fourth a C, and the fifth is a G. So again we have D, C, G, C, and G. Gives us our double C tuning. Now, there's a few chords that you'll have heard there in the accompaniment. So I'm going to go through a few of them now, and different people play these chords in slightly different places. So the way you heard it there in the accompaniment isn't the sort of definitive version of how the chords are played. But I'll just give you a few ideas for chords you can play along with now. So first one is C. See, that's our one chord. It's quite nice. So that'll come up at the beginning and the end of the tune. So first finger, second fret, first string. And that's our C chord. Now, there's quite a lot of also the minor 6 in this tune. So that's A minor in the key of C. So you've got second fret on the first string, open second string, and second fret on the third string. A minor. And then we've got the 4 chord, which here is an F major. So pretty similar actually to that one. We're just going to move one finger up basically. Third fret on the first string, open second string, second fret on the third string. That gives you F major, that's our 4 chord. We're also going to hear quite a bit of this one, which is the 2, the minor 2. So here in the key of C, that's a D minor. So it's basically like an F chord with another note at the bottom of it in terms of the fingering on the banjo. So it's going to be pinky finger this time on the third, where your ring finger just was in the F chord. Pinky finger on the third fret on the first string. Open second again. Middle finger on the second fret on the third string, and index finger down on the second fret on the fourth string. So that's D minor. Now also we're going to hear quite a bit of G. That's our 5 chord here. So it's your A minor chord with basically the fingering, you just shove them both up a string. So you have second fret on the second string, second fret on the fourth string. So that's your 5 chord, that's G here. The G major in the tune, but here it's actually just a G. Just a G5 really, but it'll do. Now then a couple of the slightly, what should we say, kind of jazzier chords if you like. You'll occasionally hear a C7 in there. So it's like your C chord. First finger on the second fret on the first string. And you're going to add in a third fret on the third string. That's going to turn it into a 7th. So you're adding in a B flat there. It's a dominant 7th chord. People just call this C7. Okay. So, and then there's one more which you can use if you like. Yeah, which is quite nice. It comes in after the G chord, I think, in the second part. So, this is essentially, well, it's a kind of G over F, you could call it, or you could call it G7 maybe. But you've got your F here down in the bass. So pinky finger 5th fret on the 4th string, ring finger, 4th fret on the 3rd string, and index finger on the 2nd fret on the 2nd string. So it comes. You hear there, it's lovely. It sounds really nice after the G chord there. Okay, that's probably plenty of chords, isn't it? So we had C, A minor, F, D minor, G, C7, and then our G over F, or G7 you could call it if you want. Okay, now the tune itself is 2 parts, and each part, I've heard people do it differently. The way I did it there, just in the playthrough, is each part just played through once. So each part has got, let's see, how many bars? 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 bars in each part. I think that's right, 12. Yeah, 16 bars in each part. So it's quite kind of long. Because of that, it's the melody is there's quite a lot of it. It's a kind of, I guess you'd call it a kind of elongated melody in some bits of the tune. Now it's great fun. There's in the arrangement there's a lot of drop thumb, there's skips, there's some going up and down the neck, which is really fun. You get to the range of the tune is quite large. So some of the runs, you go all the way from the bottom of the banjo pretty much to the top of it, which on the banjo is actually, I think it's probably a little bit harder than it kind of sits on the fiddle, because you just sort of cross over this. Well, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's quite a lot of work on the banjo to get all the way from down here to the top. And then I mentioned the drop thumbs. We've also got a nice alternate string pull off into the second part. Talk about that when we get there. And then some stuff kind of in the mid high range of the banjo here, around this sort of shape. So there's loads going on. Let's get stuck in. We'll go into the A section. We've got a couple of pickup notes. So it's a 0-4 hammer on the 3rd string. 1, 2. So that's on the 3rd beat of the pickup bar. 1, 2, 3, and then you're into the 1st beat of the tune proper. So bar 1. So already got some drop thumb going on here. Starting on the 3rd string. Oh, by the way, I should have pointed out we're on waltz time here. So each bar has got 3 beats in it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So that's why with the count in we had 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, on to bar 1 then. Starting on the open 2nd string. And then we've got a drop thumb from strings 2 to 3, ring finger down at the 4th fret on string 3, and then followed up with a pull off 2 to 0 with the index finger on that 3rd string. Okay then, on to bar 2. Now we're going to be putting the ring finger down here on the 4th fret on the 4th string. And doing a little, then following that up with a little kind of clip brush. So we're trying to avoid the 1st string in the brush. Strike the 4th string, that little clip brush with a thumb after it, and then a 2-4 hammer on that same string. That bit there actually reminds me of something I forgot when I was talking about the chords just a few minutes ago. This 4th fret here, what this is kind of hinting at is hinting at it's a C chord, but a kind of inverted C chord. So you can play that shape. It's your C chord there, 2nd fret on the 1st string. Add in a 4th fret on the 4th string, and you're putting an E in the bottom of that, chord, right? So that E belongs in the C chord, right? It's the 3rd of the C chord. but it's not the root note there. So this is our kind of root, it's our root position C chord. Here with this E in the bottom, it's the first inversion of C. And that chord comes up as well. You'll hear that there in the backing. It's actually probably quite an important chord. So should have mentioned it, but there it is anyway. So our second bar. Now pinky finger onto bar 3, 5th fret, and then we've got our first skip. So strike that 4th string, skip, and then we're into a drop thumb there on that same 4th string on the 4th fret. So it's syncopated. Huh. Followed by a 2-0 pull off with the first finger. Bar 4. Now F chord is being hinted at here. You can put an F chord down if you like, or you can just do it with the index finger. Strike the 3rd string at the 2nd fret. Open 2nd string, followed by a thumb, and then a drop thumb from strings 2 to 3, with that index finger still held down. So the whole bar. Okay, bar 5. So now we're starting our climb here. So C chord down. Hit the 3rd string, 2nd with the thumb, and then hit the 1st string at the 2nd fret. On to bar 6, 5th fret. I'm going to get this with the pinky here. We're going to think of it as part of the. It's kind of attached to bar 5. That first beat of bar 6. And then we're going up to 10. So take your index finger. 10, and then pinky finger reach to 14. So the whole bar. Start with the pinky there. Pinky, index, pinky. So doing that up and down a few times. Good way to practice that a little bit. Let's take it with bar 5 before. Again. Okay, on to bar 7. Pinky finger at 14. Pinky slide here. So strike 14 and then strike again and slide up to 15. And then back down to 14, followed by a thumb. You can do that with the same pinky finger if you want, or I like to use a different finger. Then on to bar 8. So a little high chord here. Oh, 12th fret there on the 1st string, 11th fret on the 2nd string. You can put those down together. And then quickly down to the bottom for a 0-4. Hammer on the 3rd string. That's the same as your pickup notes there. Okay, right, bar 9. Same as bar 1. Bar 10, same as bar 2. Bar 11, same as bar 3. Bar 12, same as bar 4. Bar 13, same as bar 5. Bar 14. It's the same as bar 6. And then we've got 2 different ending bars to finish with. So we're on bar 15 now. So starting at 7th fret on the 2nd string. then up to 9 on the second, either your ring or your pinky, and a thumb afterwards, and then reach up to 12 with the pinky. You kind of hear where this is going. On to bar number 16, 10 with the pinky on the first string, put your index down on 7 on the second string, brush thumb. Then we've got a couple of notes leading us into the B section. So that's our alternate string pull off that I talked about earlier. So there's actually, you could do this, there's an easier way to do this. You could do a 2-3 hammer on the first string, but just to be awkward, you're going to put your index finger down on the 3rd fret on the first string, middle finger down on the 4th fret on the second string, and you're going to use another finger. I use the pinky here to do the pull off on the first string. So what you're going to do is hit that second string at the 4th fret, use your pinky finger to do a pull off, and that will sound the 3rd fret on the first string. Like that. So that whole bar. With the penultimate bar, 15. Again. Okay, and that's the A section right there. So let's go on to B now. Bar 1 of B. Now, if you've just done the alternate string pull off there, your fingers are actually in quite a nice position to play the first bar of B. So we're going to strike that first string at the 5th fret with the pinky finger has just been sort of nearby for that pull off. Pinky finger down, and then skip into a drop thumb on the second string at the 4th fret where your middle finger is. Skip, drop thumb, and then open second string and thumb. Hit. Bar 2 of the B section, up to 10 with the pinky, and put down your index finger again on the 7th fret on the second string, making that little kind of high C chord, and then 5 and a thumb or bar. Bar number 3. Now this next little bit we're playing around again around this high C chord shape, which you kind of touched on there with a 10 on the first string and the 7 on the second string, and then you can also add in your 3rd finger on 9 on the 3rd string, and that gives you a high C chord. Now quite often when you move up the neck in double C, you'll be playing around this shape. Quite a lot of the notes you need are around there. So this next little bit, we're going to sound like. So a little walk up the first string with the hammer on. Index finger on 7. And then 7, 9 hammer on to the ring finger. And then up to 10 with the pinky and a thumb. Bar 4. So you notice here we've made another little kind of fragment of that C chord shape there. We've gone. And then index finger goes down 7th fret on the second string, ring finger on 9 on the 3rd string. We have drop thumb from string 2 to string 3. Skip thumb and then open string with a thumb. That's the open first string. 5, down to 2 on the first string, C. So strike that first string, and then strike again, pull off, and then hit the open second string. On to bar 6, same kind of idea, second fret on the third string this time, strike, then strike again and pull off to the open third string, and then reach down to 5 on the fourth string with the pinky. Bar 7, G chord. Hit the open third string in the middle, and then brush thumb. On to bar 8. You're up to 5 on the first string. I like to actually, it's not on the tab there, but a little slide up there sounds quite nice. And then you're going to wait. Right, there's a gap in the middle of this bar. There's nothing on beat 2. Wait for beat 3. Pull off from 2 to 0. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and from the bar before. 1, 2, 3, and now we're on to bar 9. So index and pinky finger for this bar, hit the open second string, then second fret on the first string, followed by a thumb, and then up to 5 with the pinky. So just kind of arpeggiating here through a C chord, we're going C, E, G. On to bar number, what is that, 10. Now, this is the bit where the melody takes a little turn. It's really nice, right? Right, that 8 there. Now, what that's hinting at, that there, is actually a chord, another chord which I forgot to mention at the beginning. Or, 2 ways of doing it. It's a B flat chord, right? It's a flat 7. So, 3rd fret on the first string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, and 3rd fret on the 3rd string. That gives you a B flat. So we have, when we hit that 8, you'll hear the accompaniment, no. You get that chord in the background, it's lovely. You can also play it like that if you want to. It's like that C chord but slip down 2 frets. To give you another way of playing B flat. So this bar, lost track of what number we're on now, 6, 8, 9, 10. This is bar number 10. So there's 9, 10, that's the 8th fret. And then you're going to wait. And you're going to do skip thumb. And then up to 10, strike 10 on the first string, and you've got a thumb again. Skip thumb, 10 thumb. Skip thumb, 10 thumb. Let's put that with the bar before. On to bar 11. You've done a very similar bar to this before. You went here. It's even actually a little bit easier. So we're going to start on 7 on the first string, then up to 9, strike thumb, and then up to 10. Okay, and then we have... This is very similar to a bar you did there in the A section, was it? No, sorry, earlier on in the B section, similar to bar number 4. The only difference is this time at the end of this bar, instead of hitting the open first string, we're going to hit the open second string. So 7 on the second string, 9 on the third string, do a drop thumb from strings 2 to 3, and then skip thumb, open second string thumb. So drop thumb, skip thumb, second thumb. Okay, onwards. So we're on bar number 2. Okay, this is bar number 13. So again, we're initiating a kind of a run up at the neck again here. We've done something similar before. C chord down, we're going to hit the third string, second thumb, and then first thumb. And then we're going to go next bar, on bar 14, hit the 5th fret with the pinky, and then up to 10. Followed by a thumb. This time, instead of carry on going up the way, we're going to come back down. We're going to cross 2 strings. We're going to go to 9th fret on the 3rd string with the ring finger. So you end up with, again, it's around this kind of C chord shape. So the whole bar. So 5 on the 1st string up to 10, and then 9 on the 3rd string. Bar before. And then the penultimate bar, 15. Bit of drop thumb here, starting hitting the open first string. And then drop thumb, open strings 1 to 2. Then down to 4 on the 3rd string, followed by a thumb. Bar 16 to finish. Try and hit that open second string a bit cleaner than I just did. There we go. That's all it is. Now then, you can finish the tune there, or if you want to go back to the top of the tune, you can go all the way back to the start of the A part, and you've got this big empty bar, number 16 at the end of the B section, which leaves you room to go. You wait for beat 3 of that bar, you do your 0-4 hammer on the 3rd string, and that takes you back to the top of the tune. Etc. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Good luck. I hope you have fun playing it. Yeah. Cheers.